and welcome back. Picking up where we left off last time in the Banished Vault. Apparently at the end of a turn, so let's go ahead and cycle the turn. You can see the sun is starting to gloom. So we are on a timer here. We don't have forever. And yeah, there's a decent number of plants in here that have 10 or 20 knowledge, a single artifact, which is decent. Fine. Okay, so right now I need silica in orbit. We're going to want more alloy, because we're going to want to take a whole stack of alloy with us back to the vault. But for production of both elixir and silica right now, I need, or for alloy and silica right now, I need, or alloy and elixir. Let's see if I can keep my concept straight. I need sulfur in orbit. So let's have these guys just churn out silica, or not sulfur. I see sulfur because on the periodic table S is sulfur. In the game it's silica, so we're going to churn out a bunch of silica. Okay, that's probably enough for the moment. So use his last action to get that to orbit, so the guy in orbit has the ability to do some work. And we're going to want to make the alloy first. I just made a bunch of elixir. Said I was going to make something first and did the different thing. Okay. It'll just be fixed on the next turn. It's fine. Nice. Oh, actually, let's go... Says the order doesn't really matter, but we can do a movement there for no energy. Then we can do a move it there for 1 fuel. Oh, and that's all the navigator's actions. So, we'll go there with 1 fuel on this guy's next turn. We'll find out what's ever there, and then he'll fly back to the vault. Usually I might not have him fly back. I might have him fly back down here. You can pick up some fuel from the cargo ship. And then he can sit down there and help with construction until it's time to leave. In which case he needs to fly back. Okay, we're going to want a full stack of titanium. So let's build, or let's make that titanium stack. There we go. And then we probably want a stack of silicon. So let's start making the stack of silicon. In orbit, let's make the alloy I was thinking of. That's the elixir. There's the alloy. 2, 3, 4 recipes worth of alloy into the cargo ship. Okay, and we make the methane in orbit here, so we can just keep making, as long as we bring up silicon, we can make up elixir at this point. It may also be time... oh, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. Maybe time to send one of these guys around. To go pick up artifacts. So there's a 20 artifact down on the planet. That's a decent one to pick up. Got a 10 artifact down there. So yeah, I'm going to have this guy start running around grabbing artifacts. So he flies there. He's gonna grab the artifact, get back on the ship with his artifact, fly over there. He gets up in here. We have an artifact. Okay, so now I got a couple different options. One option is he can fly back to the cargo ship and load it on the cargo ship for the cargo ship to fly back with. Or he can he can fly back with it himself. Look and see what we have on the way. Yeah, the 10s aren't that bad. There's 2 10s in that rung. There's a 20. And a 10. Yeah, I might have him run it over. Well, we'll see how things go on the following turn. Let's move on to the next turn. So we got 19 turns to leave the system. As much valuable stuff as we can. Okay, you're in orbit. What we want is elixir, which is methane and silica. Honestly, 9 would not be a bad target. Another 9, well, another 9 recipes, so another 2 stacks would not be a bad target. So, if we go ahead and say, make 9 methane. So then all you need is 7 silicon. Or, no, 9 silicon. Which you've already got 6 with you. What do we have on the ship as far as resources? We got 9 silicon, so I definitely don't need to bring more silicon back. We're a little short on iron, a little short on titanium. Though I can probably make do with 5 iron. Mainly wanting titanium. And honestly, probably throwing the water and carbon overboard is probably fine at this point. Okay, so we got the 9 titanium. I probably want to grab a stack of iron. Yeah, so if we just bring that silicon up, that'll be overkill silicon, but that'll be fine. Right, so the 4 silicon there is fine. Unload the silicon. We do want the titanium here. Let's make that elixir. Two more recipes worth will be great. Load the iron on this ship, because I basically want to go grab a stack of iron. So that we can make things we need to do an emergency construction order. Okay, so we now know what the status of artifacts is throughout the system. Okay, so we can move all the way back down there for 12. And that definitely makes more sense than going back to the vault for fuel. So we got 9 on you, which is plenty to get back to the vault. We've got 18 on you. which is enough to basically refuel the cargo for the scout ship. And yeah, it's just more fuel than me. I've got way too much fuel. Still got way too much fuel. Okay, before we ship you off, let's have you spend some actions making iron. We want a stack of iron. And with that, let's just ship you back to the vault. It'll be a while before you get there, but we want to drop off the artifacts. That's what's basically going on. Basically, we're going to loot this place for artifacts, and then I think we're going to leave early, just because there's nothing we can make use of here that we really have cargo space for. Unless I'm going to set up like a fuel refinery to make more fuel. Too much fuel, man. Got too much fuel. Okay, so, cargo ship. Ideal world, you have one action point left so that you can fly home. Initiate the fly home. Do I want to load anything onto you or leave anything behind? Like, do I want to leave fuel behind, for example? I think I might want to leave a stack of fuel behind. And maybe... what's the methane that we have? Let's grab a thing of methane. What's the methane we've got in storage? I might want to fill the stack up. We have 4 methane in storage. So ideally to fill a stack... it's the wrong planet. Fill a stack, we need 5 methane. Obviously, no infects in orbit. Okay, so one of you can go and quickly grab. We'll leave the fuel behind. Or, well, mainly I'm probably going to toss the... actually, no, we're going to have you guys... we'll leave the fuel here. We'll just leave the fuel here. That's fine. Okay, cargo ship. Cargo ship's basically full. Let's ship you back to the vault. We may send him out to just collect artifacts. In the highest orbit, where hopefully he's not going to burn very much fuel. But he'll basically burn 4 fuel going back. Okay. Honestly, I sent a scout ship down here to help with industry, and at this point we don't need any more industry. So maybe that wasn't the greatest idea. Yeah, by the time he's going to arrive, we're not going to need him, I think. Send these guys over to get iron. They got 5 actions between the 2 of them, so they'll just make all the iron we need. Make a full stack of iron, which is really all we need. So I could make some water. We're on water, we can make water. We can bring back enough water to fill up the water stack, which would be 7 water. Yeah, that's probably what we'll do before we have them set out. And we'll probably just leave some petrol behind in the system, because we have too much fuel. We made too much fuel in the last system. Oh, wait, the ship's full. I suppose I can send him around to pull the artifacts out. Then we just need to have a guy fly by and pick them up. Yeah, that'll probably make more sense than having him fly all the way back out to try to transfer over to a different ship. So we've got a 10, 10. And one we're not going to come back for. Okay. So you're 13. You're 13. Either way, they're 13, so it's going to be 2 fuel to go up there. And you're basically as full as I want you for the return trip. I could burn 1 fuel to come get 2 fuel here. Yeah, I can burn 1 fuel to go there to get 2 fuel to go there. Yeah, it's a bit action point inefficient, but we're going to be wasting a lot of action points anyway. And okay, it's a little bit fuel inefficient. This is I'm being fuel inefficient in system to maximize the fuel that we're taking out of the system, I suppose. Okay, first one has arrived. We'll give you some more fuel so that we can unload the skulls and the plants for knowledge. Get you nice and full on fuel. Actually, what is the fuel that we want to get down there? So it's 3 fuel down, 1 fuel up. So what? I basically give him 4 fuel. So what he'll go down is he'll spend 3 of it coming down there, pick up the first artifact, spend the 4th one picking up the second artifact, and then he'll be in a position to go collect the 3rd one, wherever the 3rd one is, and then go back. Okay. So with that, let's send him out. You're the only one with actions. This was the planet with the artifact on it, because we just harvested it, yes. I can send you to the next planet for 1 fuel. You're going to spend 1 of your actions to extract the skull. And then you're going to leave for your next destination. Which you can spend for head straight there with 1 fuel. Okay. Cycle the turn. You have arrived with a bunch of stuff we want. So we can drop you off. I'm not sure if we can just drop that into... No, so it takes 1 full stack of elixir, so we can't sort of cheese the storage that way. Stasis, can we... Okay, so we can just shovel the stasis in like that. That's good to see. So we got 24, gonna consume 8, so we got plenty. We have plenty. Let's see, can I drop... No, okay. Okay, so this is far more fuel than the cargo ship needs. And in fact, I'd prefer if the cargo ship had less fuel. But I got no place to put the fuel. Fuel has to be on the ship. Well, the fuel has to be somewhere. Otherwise I gotta throw it overboard. So we'll just sort of accept that the cargo ship's not gonna be optimal. We're not gonna harvest that. We could harvest that. So do we want to send... Yeah, that's the one I probably want to send there. She'll go collect that artifact. We end the turn. Okay, so you go there for literally no fuel. And harvest the artifact. And then you go back on your ship. You're going to head up another rung for 1 fuel. And you're going to keep the process of getting the artifacts uncovered so we can pick them up and carry them off in the truck. They have arrived. Once again, we arrive at the problem of I have no space to put anything. So for everything we want to leave behind, I gotta pick something up. Okay, so this is not going to be very efficient for picking up artifacts because we've got the proverbial cargo bay filled with fuel. Oh, and of course, where is the cost there? That's the cost. That's most of the cost. So yeah, we probably do want to do the run down to the end. Or not. It's 1 fuel to any of these sites. Okay, so it won't be very turn efficient. Yeah, it won't be very turn efficient. But we're going to go there. Because we're having cargo hold efficiency problems. And we end the turn. Everyone moves in the dance to collect all the artifacts. So you pick up the artifact. And you mix and move to the next space. You pick up the artifact. That was the wrong location, so that it'll be fine. It's not really going to delay anything significantly. Okay, and then were you a 10 or were you the terrible one? No, you were a 10, so it is worth moving the ship there. Oh, I suppose technically in this situation it might be worth moving him to pick up fuel so you have space to pick up more artifacts. That would not actually be a bad choice, I think. Yeah, we might do that. Okay, everyone here is waiting for more action, so we'll do that. You move there. You're going to be 1 fuel more consumed than we originally planned, but that's fine. Because I screwed up. There. The cargo ship picks up the artifact. I think the cargo ship is going to fly through the high fuel cost spot. That's the one that's not worth going to. That's the one that's not worth going to. That's a 5. That's probably not worth going to either. Okay, so never mind. We're going to be a little inefficient as a labor or action standpoint. But that's just because we're done. We're actually going to leave like a couple turns early. Well, a lot of turns early because we don't have the cargo space for anything. We've got too much stuff. So that was the 5. Yeah, the 5 really isn't. Maybe if this was like the first system, 5 would definitely be worth it. But right now we're reached the point where it's just like we've got everything we need. So you're gonna fly there. In fact, I think if we picked all the artifacts up at this point. Yeah, so you'd be paying 1 fuel to get 1 fuel, which isn't worth it. So you're going back, You've arrived at your destination, so you can drop in, pick up all the... Well, actually, no, we didn't have any fuel left anyway, so that's fine. So then you fly back. And waiting for you to go there to get the last artifact to fly back to base. Yes. Okay, for the ease of unloading, we're going to load fuel into the ship, and unload the plants, or unload the artifacts, top off fuel, basically trying to maximize the size of each of the stacks. So we are letting a little fuel pour in the vault. If for no other reason than we've actually unloaded most of it to the vault to the ships, just for the requirement that we need space in the vault. So that ship's full, the cargo ship's half full, you're half full. We only got like 2 stacks in the vault, but that's because we got no space. I got too much stuff. Been hoarding too much stuff. There we go, we're gonna leave 8 turns early. Have 100 knowledge. The achievement the game is now showing me. I suppose one thing I could do is we could try to raise faith right now while we're sitting here. Which wouldn't actually be... Well, it really comes down to optimizing turns, I suppose. Alright, so we got turns that we're not using, so we could use it to raise faith, but it'd be more elixir expensive to do it now. I think we're good. We're gonna move on to the next system. We're gonna see what the next system is. We're gonna begin hibernation. Again, once more into the dim starlight. Our chase has endured for such a time that the void is more comfortable than gravity. Our faith wavers. All your exiles lose 1 faith while hibernating. Leave system. Resource Excavator 2 reveals all resources at depth 2. Artifact Surveyor adds more artifacts for gathering. Bigger thrust engine. Oh, I forgot one of the guys could do harvesting on buildings from depth 1. Honestly, because the run's basically over, I'm just gonna grab some stuff that's maybe not optimal. Place that on you, and there we go. That's our knowledge spent. Formostat. We've arrived at the start of the Formostat. Hibernation is slow and usually painful. Stasis keeps the body alive, but does not alleviate the pain. It is a blessing that we can sleep through the process. You've encountered unstable system planets. Travel times are lengthened. Okay? There is a hallowed planet. It will take 6 turns to get down there. Basically, it comes down to, is the hallowed planet absolutely ridden with hazards to keep coming back? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the bell end here. The bell hex end. We're going to load our highest faith guy on it right away. We're going to give him... Not... Come on. Screw up. Click something. Come on, give me the ships back, please. Okay, what did I do to unselect the ships? Oh, I may have crashed the game. Oh, that worked. Why are you not letting me put the vault away? Okay, I'm gonna do a quick the main menu and back. See if that fixes the bug. Okay, based on the time, I'm gonna put part break in here, and just do a quick restart. If you're watching YouTube, if the video keeps going, we presumably get to the scriptorium and do it real quick. In which case I'll just append it on the end of this video. Otherwise, I hope you've been enjoying the break, or enjoying the Banished Vault. There will be another part up tomorrow, unless this video keeps going. I don't think anyone's currently watching on Twitch, so this shouldn't really impact anyone on Twitch. So until the next part, I hope you'll have a good time and good luck. And if the next part is in mere seconds for you, we're probably doing great. So until then, bye for now. Okay, welcome back, YouTube. Hopefully I have alleviated the bug. So we're able to select the ship, and it basically undid what I was trying to do, which was we're going to load bell end on with the bell hex head with the highest faith initial guy. And we're going to give him 2 alloy, 2 elixir, which is what we need for the scriptorium, and we're going to send him off, just straight off to the planet. If the planet is not absolutely absolutely buried in hazards, he'll drop the scriptorium and we'll win. In the meantime, we're going to be spending elixir to get someone else to a higher faith level, so they can go basically down and do the same thing. So yeah, 2 alloy, 2 elixir. And it's a bit of an expensive journey. It's 6 fuel down, 6 fuel up. But that's not undoable. So let's cover you. It's going to cost 1 elixir. So they're functional. If we need to do stuff with them, we can do stuff with them. Then we're going to basically grab this guy, and we're gonna try to get him up to like 5. Which is going to be expensive, but is a good thing in the long run, I think. Oh no, we can get all the way up to 6. Exiles can't go above 6, so he's basically perfected. We're going to load up the second ship. Similar to the first, where if something goes wrong and the first guy can't do it, we're sending wave number 2 with a higher skilled guy, higher faith guy, to get the job done. Okay, and there's more optimal stuff, so if this wasn't going to be the last system, we could be probing the other other locations. In fact, actually, I will send a scout out, just in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong, just to see what's on other planets. In the Navigator, which doesn't really cost very much fuel. And he has arrived. And yeah, it's pretty hazardous down here. Potential outcome, lose all faith. Okay, so he's got a decent chance of success. It's just if he fails, we'll have to load him on the ship, the other ship coming, to pick him up and take him back, because he'll literally be unable to do any more work until we get him back to the script room. Or until we get back to the vault to gain some faith. On the other hand, this treacherous landscape has a 96% chance of success, so he's probably going to succeed. Roll the dice. And he succeeded. So, as far as this goes, this dice roll is he needed to get a 3-up result on a dice, and he gets to roll as many many dice as he has faith. So he has 3 faith, so he gets to roll 3 dice. What's the odds of him rolling a 3+ on 3 dice? The answer there is 96%. So it's pretty likely for him to succeed. As it ages, the light of a yellow sun will turn copper, then charcoal, but its hold of gravity remains. It is not fully known what the settlers who faced the gloom felt on their physical bodies, but its effects on a star is apparent. Your story is ready. If you complete it, this journey of the vault will finish. The chronicle is complete and inscribed into the record chambers deep within Auregia. It will transmit continually until the death or the gloom takes it. This is the last written words of the surviving exiles. You have written a chronicle for the Auregia Vault. Your journey is complete. If you'd like to start a new journey, you have new configuration options available to adjust the starting point of the journey. So that is a run in the Banished Vault on basic difficulty. So now we have some more options, right? So I think that was normal solar system difficulty, right? So we can turn it up to intense or difficult. So difficult is +1 difficulty, intense is +1 difficulty. You can adjust how many restarts you have. Because that was normal difficulty, I didn't use any restarts, but you can restart a system if you think you've screwed it up royally or something. And I suppose every time you beat it, I think it gives you a few more options. This is just the first set of options it gives you. Okay, that's just a way to get the manual when you're not in the game. Good to know. So with that, looking at the time, I'm probably going to pin this on the end of the last YouTube video. So, YouTube video, we get 2 outros. I hope you've been enjoying this if you've been watching it. This is where the playthrough of the Banished Vault is going to end. I may at some point come back and do a higher difficulty run-through. Because that was quite fun, that was quite engaging. Even if on sort of basic difficulty we were able to just, by being laser focused, we're able to get it done within 4 systems. And I think even on the higher difficulties, I think it's a 4-system run. Right? You basically got to do 4 of them. And the question really comes down to, can you do what you need to do in every system? And you can do more systems, but remember, we're losing faith on all of our characters every system. So you could see in that last system, there was one guy we had to spend elixir on to make him usable. And I don't even know if you can actually hibernate them if you can't make them usable. So it can really hit the point where it's like, okay, the hazards are getting more hazardous. For example, we finally actually hit some hazards that were in the way at the end there, where there were hazard 3 hazards that if you failed, your exile would immediately lose all faith, be rendered completely inert, where you have to load them on a ship and basically haul them back to the vault to get them back up to one faith. And that wasn't that bad with a faith 3 person who's got 3 dice where he's got to roll a 3-up save to basically not suffer that effect. But suffering that effect just totals a person, right? And that gets harder, right? That's a medium level difficulty one. That would have been a harsh outcome, but that would have been manageable. Well, that was manageable because we were only like 4 systems in. And if you've had to skip a couple, and you're now like 5 systems in, and most of your guys are on 1 faith, well, a 3-up save is still doable on 1 faith, much less likely to succeed. But it might not be a 3-up save at that point. It might be a 4-up or a 5-up. Now you're in real hot water where you might not be able to finish them. And obviously turning up the difficulty is going to make that more likely to happen. So until the next video, hope you all enjoyed, and catch you all in the next video, regardless of which game it will be. Until then, have a good time, have good luck. Bye for now.